What is good, Carti people? My channel is your boy, Bible Lamp. And in today's video, we're giving a little bit of an update from a video that I posted on the main channel, by which Rap TV has reported that the reporter that talked about how Playboi Carti and Future might be in the Atlanta DA's sights for the takedown or racketeering charges, just like with the YSL charges against Young Thug and Gunna, they're going against allegedly Homicide Gang and others. 4PF, I believe, was on the list along with many others. But they claim that Atlanta reporter clarifies that Future and Playboi Carti are not in Homicide Gang, and I'm actually against this post. Now, obviously, I don't want Playboi Carti in jail. However, I just don't think that this is what he said. I think what he said was just because he reported it on Twitter doesn't mean they are in the gang. Now, I'm not trying to incriminate anyone and say that they are in the gang, but if we're going by the same logic that Gunna is currently in jail for, which is being associated with YSL, literally just because he has YSL and among other things associated with that gang or Young Thug, who's allegedly the leader, in his song lyrics, as well as having a YSL chain, then they basically have the same case against Playboi Carti, maybe even more so, because as we've talked about before in a couple of his songs, I don't want to go over it because again, I don't want to incriminate anybody, but he basically wrote his own case. Now, as I've told y'all before, I don't think that song lyrics should be used in court documents, because in all likelihood, a song could literally just be a story. Many a times in the old days with like Shakespeare and whatnot, they were all stories, complete fiction, just as if a book has a chance of being based on a true story, but isn't, or has elements of truth while exaggerating some facts. But let's get into what the reporter said, in which he tweeted, "A side note, I am in no way suggesting that either of them are somehow at imminent risk of arrest or have committed a crime. I mentioned them because they mention homicide repeatedly in their music. Like we said in the last video, this street gang has cultural influence because it is a musical reference point. It is one thing when prosecutors lay racketeering charges on a group of people no one has ever heard of before. It is another when the word homicide is heard on car stereos across the country. That context is important, and there's no good way to provide it without uttering names." So again, a lot of people are contacting me saying that Playboi Carti and Future are no longer in the sights of the Atlanta DA. I still do think they're at risk. This guy frankly just said he doesn't know if they're at risk or not. He was just trying to give context. And I think with the recent events of Gunna and Young Thug, what the Atlanta DA is trying to do is take down the gangs from the most public figures, because they are the people in the song lyrics promoting this culture, so they don't necessarily even care if they're associated with the gang all too much. Just a thread. For Gunna was even on Crime Stoppers or whatever. Now, he didn't snitch or anything, I'm not claiming that, but you get the point. Some of these rappers are just good citizens. They rap about gangs for credibility, to seem hard. Pause. So I think if they were to take down Homicide, taking down Playboi Carti and Future would be in their prerogative, considering they're taking down Thug and Gunna, which is the whole motivation behind racketeering. It's not necessarily you that's doing anything, but you are one of the leaders or people that is funding their organization. And I can imagine that said artists maybe have paid people within these gangs, signed them to their label even. But all we can do is pray to Satan, because that is what Playboi Carti worships. Hopefully selling his soul has gained him some benefits that other rappers who still pray to God do not receive. I'm just saying he should get a sigil tatted or something, because this is gonna protect him. But obviously I have no idea what's gonna happen. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think that Carti and Future are safe or not, based on the evidence that we were presented today? It has been your boy Bob Lamb signing off. Make sure to like and subscribe to the Bob Gang if you with it. Peace out, people. Nice seeing you.